Welcome to Stitching Up Trouble, a podcast where a quilt retreat owner and a creative quilt designer cross paths and stitch up some trouble together. I am Mary, owner of Koosa Mountain Lodge.
And I'm Heidi Pridemore of the Whimsical Workshop. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Heidi. How are you today?
I am doing good. And you?
I am doing great. I'm excited to be back with you.
Yeah, you got your lovely beach quilt back. Yay.
Yes, I do.
Love it. So what are you working on right now? We didn't really talk about that last time.
Right now I'm working on the step outs and the class write-ups for the last of my stripology certification homework. So
okay.
I have the demo videos all recorded. I made my step outs for the quilts, and now I just have to quickly write up like what the steps are. So I have one more pattern to do for that. So and then I have to figure out how to get it all to them. So
okay. Yeah. Well, if you need help with that, you can always talk to me off camera. Yeah. I send big files all the time. Not a big deal.
They have a Google Drive set up for me. But I haven't been able to figure out how to add anything to it. So
you literally pick it up, like you open the folder, you pick it up, drag it, and drop it. It will work. She hasn't given you permission to add to it then. So that's what you need.
Yeah.
Not you, it's them.
Yeah. So I just have to wait for permission. And she's been traveling, so I have to be
I can understand that. Yeah.
Which I'm not good at. I'm not good at being patient, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like excited to have all the materials done. Right. And then, I'll submit them and they'll look at them. And if I have to tweak some things or whatever, then, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it is really hard to take on a big project, which I do all the time. But the high you get when you complete the big project is almost worth it, because I just finished a huge project yesterday and I was just like, okay, I am ready to party. And of course I had to jump into the next project, but that is always, people are like, oh, where they say no risk, no gain.
Right. No pain, no gain. Yep.
No pain, no gain. When you're doing a big project, it's a huge celebratory thing when you finish, even if it's just, I get to have a peanut butter cup or something, which is how I celebrated yesterday.
There you go. Nice.
So you have to think about how you're going to celebrate when you finish that last little part. Yeah.
I'm going to a Braves game. I'll go to Braves
game. You have season tickets, don't you?
Yeah.
And you haven't been able to go in a while, have you?
I've not been to very many, no. Yeah. So tonight we have batting practice tickets, and so we'll go early. And my friend Coach Young he coached for the Braves for a long time, and now he coaches for the Angels. The Braves are playing the Angels tonight, so I'll get to
so you get to see him.
So that's good motivation to go.
I was there the last game he was in. I was in Atlanta because you told us about. I came to dinner and and I've been coming to Atlanta for 30 some odd years. Never been to a Braves game.
What?
Never been. So
they'll be done playing by the time you get here this year, but we'll make sure it happens next time you come.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
August.
Yeah.
August. We'll put it.
Yeah, it'll be August.
Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, because I was like, I've never been. I'd asked my niece; she was totally into following the Braves last time. Last year, and I said, "Oh, are you still doing that?" She's like, "No, because I don't go to the games. I don't really follow it."
Yeah. I had taken her to a couple of the games and we had a great time. So she was more interested. But
yeah, she just likes hanging out with you, Mary.
Who doesn't? I mean,
I know. If you know Mary, you know that's true. So you've got stripology. Are you still working on the any handwork or?
Yes. So Shannon at the Common Thread in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Nice,
we were at H&H together, and she bought some handwork kits. So I've been working on a couple of those samples for the shop.
Yeah.
I finished one. I'm working on the second one. She actually commissioned one of the ladies there to do custom Delanaga embroidery kits for the shop.
Oh, nice.
And they turned out really, really cool. So the designer sent one that was completely stitched, but Shannon wants a second one to put in like the Chamber of Commerce. So I am going to stitch that. So I'm about half done with that one for her.
Yeah.
So been working on that handwork. Been working on some class samples. So I had my first scrappy class 2 weeks ago, and everybody was very excited about it. And they chose the pineapple quilt to do next.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working on pineapple blocks.
You have my pineapple quilt.
Yeah,
hanging over the railing. Yeah.
Yes,
so it's not scrappy, but
No.
I don't have one here. You have it.
So I've been working on that, and I am almost ready to go live with my new booking system and everything. I just need to through and double check one more time to make sure that I have all of the dates entered in.
Okay.
So that it doesn't allow somebody to book a date that's already claimed.
Booked.
So
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. Automating that will make your life so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Are you going to be using the Creative Grids pineapple ruler for the class, for the scrappy class?
So two of the ladies that came to the class have pineapple quilts started, and they're using two different rulers.
Okay.
So I've done quilts with both of them. So whichever ruler they bring, I'll show them how to use it, and we'll work together on those. So
no, I really like it takes longer, but the Creative Grid rulers, you do end up with like a much more accurate thing, but I don't know the other ruler, so I'm not disparaging against it.
Yeah. So I did like 200 and some blocks with the other ruler. And I'm just working now with the Creative Grids one, and I had success with both of them. So they're both nice rulers.
Well, and the Creative Grids does a little 6-inch pineapple and the mini one, and I have the quilt that I gave you. I have it's like a 12 by 14 quilt of the exact quilt, but in miniature.
Oh, cool.
The Creative Grids miniature ruler, and like a beginner can do it. You do not, then you show it around. Like this one here was using the 4-patch ruler from Creative Grids. Okay. Everyone looks at it and they're like so impressed. I'm like, oh yeah, no. Once you see the ruler, anybody can do this.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's the fun of some of those tools. Sorry, dropped my pen.
They make you look. Well, that's kind of our goal as a designers. We want the quilts to look impressive with little effort.
Yeah.
I can't say all our patterns do that, because sometimes we get really sadistic and say do 400 flying geese, but they're not hard. There's just a lot of them.
There's just a lot of them. There's just a lot of them. So I just recorded the demo on using the Stripology ruler to make flying geese.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Life-changing.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch those.
Yeah.
I have all the rulers, but I'm not certified. I just own the rulers.
Hopefully within like the next week or so, I will be certified. So
I have no, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. And then I get to start scheduling my own retreats at the lodge. So you can come and attend a retreat that I teach at. Wouldn't that be fun?
I was gonna say, I could be your little teacher's assistant and tell people when to eat, and
there you go. Yeah.
I could definitely do that. I would love to be the assistant. But I'd have to learn. I don't know it, so I'd have to learn. So.
Well, you could just come and attend and not be responsible for anything, which would be
I wouldn't know what to do.
Right?
Wow. No, well, that's not true. I do go to one or two retreats a year with friends that I have zero responsibility whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's good.
So usually I'm bringing work. It'd be nice to go to one and not bring work.
Right.
But it is what it is. Somebody's got to pay the bills.
You're just too popular. You're just too popular.
You know, on that note, our little business is chugging along right now. We've got clients we haven't worked with in 6 years coming out of the wall. It's coming to, I mean, we are just inundated with work right now, which is such a switch from last year where there was like crickets, there was nothing.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's like it's you either worry about where's the business or you worry about how am I going to get it all done. There's no like happy medium.
So do you know what I think it is? You started recording a podcast with me and now everybody wants to be.
I would hope so. I would hope so. So I'm so excited doing this. I missed it for the last couple of weeks. I was kind of like, this kind of brings me out of my shell and lets me just, you know, talk to people and say, hey, and visit with you. And, and you always ask me questions about stuff that I don't even think about. You know, I'm always just in a let's go mode.
Right.
And I don't ever stop to think about what have I accomplished or what have I done. It's like, what's the next thing to do?
Right.
So, I'm a horrible marketing person. Horrible. So
that's your job.
Okay. I'm horrible at marketing for us.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I do it. And on that note, we are looking to bring on a couple of new people to help us with marketing because we're getting more and more marketing work.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's we're gonna grow a little. It'll be exciting.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll let you know when that happens.
What else do you have that you should be marketing?
I should be marketing my very first original batik line from Island Boutiques is now on the website, available for sale. It is called Splish Splash. You can't really. I pulled it to take photos for, you know, marketing. So it's, I'm very proud of this. I did all of the artwork for all the pieces. So like there's the seahorse medallion in there. Doodles is saying hello.
Hi, Doodles.
These are more
cute
little pinwheel seahorse. But then I had done, if you know my work, I have this fun fish that's like very cartoony, and I put it on the fabric, and they came back and said, we need a more grown-up fish. So this is as grown-up as I got.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's still whimsical.
Yeah,
but he looks like he's a chubby fish, like a chubby person. So, and I think you know, and then we did a seaweed. And these are all in different colors throughout the collection. But then we have kits for all of these. And the fabric is up by the yard. We got lots and lots of this. We're going to be using this in November at your retreat.
I'm very excited. So I have seen the fabric in person and it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Such beautiful colors that all just really play well with each other. And
I'm very proud of that.
I've seen a couple of quilts made out of it, and they're just beautiful.
You quilted a couple. Well, you quilted one, or you are quilting one made out of it.
Yeah.
So check out the whimsicalworkshop.com. We got that there. We've been, we got that. I just finished. It's weird because you do this a year in advance. So like or 2 years in advance. So I did this 2 years ago, and I just finished my next collection that you won't see till fall of 27.
Right.
So that's how far out they are. So I've been doing that. I've traveling. I totally forgot what I was talking about.
Your marketing, you have your new line coming out in fall of 27.
Yes. And punch needle. We've got punch needle kits. They're not on our website yet, but I've been teaching them locally. Checker Distributors has now got our line of punch needle patterns. They've got our first couple of hand embroidery patterns. Yeah. So I went on to Checker to look for something else, punch needle, and they don't have a lot of punch needle patterns, but they have the 4 I submitted. I mean, we have more to come. I just got to touch them up. But like we did for Sulky Threads, this is something else. You can go check out Sulky Threads blog post. We did a 4th of July pillow with Sulky Threads as punch needle. That should be up. So we've been doing, so it's like I bounce around. Like this whole table was full of little balls of yarn because I'm trying to get the kits for the yarn punch needle done. And then got a stack of fabric here to get 4 quilts done this week. And then I'm over at my computer doing other stuff. So And I do have exciting news I can't quite share with you guys yet, but because of that news, I now need to I have to rearrange all of my furniture for my YouTube camera. So at some point, all of this stuff has to come out and we got to rearrange. So I don't know when that's happening.
Yeah.
But
Well, that all sounds like good stuff.
Yeah, it's all good stuff.
Exciting, new creative stuff. I love it.
Yes. But speaking of sewing rooms, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about some ideas for organizing your sewing rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So some things that I use that have been very helpful for me. Although if you look around my sewing room now, you would not know that I've got organizing tools. There's a reason I'm showing you this beautiful quilt and not the rest of the room.
But I feel the same way. And I'm like super orderly and super neat. And I've got piles everywhere. And it's making me crazy. So I definitely need to organize. But now I know I'm going to be moving everything out. So I'm not in a big hurry to.
Right. Yeah.
Who wants to clean twice?
I don't even want to clean once.
So. Good point. Good point. All right. So you have a few ideas and I have a couple. So why don't we start with yours because they're so nicely listed and mine are from the seat of my pants.
So the first one, and I learned to use these. I learned the hard way why these are important. First one is project bins or bags. So I have the plastic project bins here.
I use the exact same ones.
Yep, that you can get from Michael's, or I bought mine by like the dozen from Michael's. So these are great.
And they always go on sale.
Yeah. Watch for the sales. But they're big enough to lay your larger blocks flat in them so they don't get all wrinkled and distorted or whatever. They're usually big enough to fit the pattern and all of the fabric for a project in them. So they are great. And my rule when I use these is the fabric for the project all stays together until the binding is on the quilt. Because there have been several times where I call it releasing the scraps into the wild. And I've given some of my scraps to my good friend Rita. And
who's not in the same state, so you can't run over and get it.
No, well, she was at this point. She used to live in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
But I've had to call her and say, you remember those brown scraps with those cream flowers on? Can I get those back, please? Because I miscounted when I cut my pieces for some blocks. So
I am the same way. I have a IKEA hamper over here. I throw all my scraps in, and then I give it to a lady who sorts and donates it. But that rule is so important. All in the box.
All of it. I don't care how small it is. All of the scraps stay in that box until the binding is on, and then all bets are off. And then the other thing.
Oh, wait, before you go on that, the other thing is with those boxes, I've actually invested in the shelving that Michael sells that they stack up in. Ooh. So I have, when the studio is done, I'll give everyone a tour. But when I have it, so it stacks the short one and then the long one and then the short one. So I have an entire like 9x9 space that all these fit in. And then I label the edge of each box as it goes in. Right. So that I don't have to constantly be opening them. So I just use my label maker, I stick it on there, and then when I'm done, I pull the label maker off. And I can in one glance look at the wall and say, where's the kit or where's the project I need? Right. So yeah, I'm glad
that's great.
We got that tip together.
Yes. So along with the project boxes are the project bags.
Ooh, convenient that it's Koosa Mountain Lodge.
Yeah, that's something.
I have a couple of those around.
Yeah, so if you attend a retreat at Koosa Mountain, you are gifted with at least one project bag. But these are great for smaller projects. I like to use them in the project boxes to hold the scraps. So like when you cut a quilt and you have like the ends of the strips that you've cut or whatever, that goes in here to keep it separate from the actual pieces that I'm going to use in the blocks.
Right.
But it keeps all of the fabric together in that one bin, like we were saying. So you don't lose some of the fabric and need, oh, I just need a 2.5-inch square.
Correct.
All in there. And then I've also tried using like the leftover scraps as pieces in the blocks, which makes things very confusing. So using one of these bags inside of your project box is really helpful. So that's, those two kind of go together. So.
Yeah, and it definitely, like, even though you throw it in the box, keep it organized within the box. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You're less likely to make mistakes sewing if you are orderly through the whole process.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes to do that, but it definitely I know when I'm like falling off the rails, I'm like, no, you need to straighten up before you start sewing again, because you're going to pick up the wrong piece, or you're going to do something.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So those are definitely good ones. And those project bags are awesome for travel. They also can fit like files. Like I have all my hand sewing in a bag with the bag, so you can just go through and pull out the bag when you want to go. So, or you could just not have that many hand projects going.
What fun is that? No, I think I finally, speaking of hand sewing, to go off on a little tangent, my project that I've taken all over the place.
Oh, the fairy tales?
Timeout. Yeah, it's in timeout.
Yeah. Oh, mine's in timeout too.
Because I stitched like a whole section that's like 20 stitches long with like one row too high.
Oh.
And the problem is there's like a mirror image of another one, like the same thing in the right spot.
Yeah.
So I spent 20 minutes last night tearing it out, and I'm like, okay, you're in timeout.
Oh. Let me share a tip, because you did exactly what I tell people to do. When you make a big mistake on any project, before you put it in timeout, undo the mistake. Don't redo it. Just if you put it away with the mistake already in place, you will never touch it again, because you know you have to rip before you sew.
Right.
So I do that in the studio, even to the point where if I make a mistake because it's too late and I'm tired and I shouldn't have done it, I will take the time to rip it out before I go to bed, so that when I come in, it's fresh, I can fix it. You're less likely to stop projects if you do that. So. So I'm proud of you for ripping it out, even though I'm sure it was not fun.
No, it wasn't. But I also knew that if I didn't rip it out, I would never remember what the mistake was.
Right.
So
that's a whole nother reason to do it. But
yeah.
I just know me. I'm like, I'm not touching that. I made a mistake on it.
You're right. If you can't like pick it up and start working on it right away, the incentive to get back to it is not there. So that's a very good tip. Very good tip.
All right. Well, that was a freebie, because that's not even an organizational tip. All right. Next tip.
So the way that I have started storing my fabric is I buy magazine boards. They are cardstock. They're a little bit thicker cardstock, but they're acid free, and they're meant for preserving collectible magazines. So,
also, if there's any nerdy people out there, they're also called comic book boards.
So comic book boards and magazine boards are two different sizes.
Oh, they are?
They are.
I did not know that.
So magazine boards are the size of magazines. They're a little bit bigger. They're like a regular size piece of paper, the 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
The comic book boards are a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So if the magazine boards will fit on your shelf, I highly recommend using the magazine boards, because you can fold your fabric in half lengthwise and roll it on the magazine board, and the fabric fits perfectly on the magazine board.
Okay.
And
so what I'm going to ask for you, because you're going up to the lodge this weekend, I think. No? Next week?
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. I want you to take a picture of your fabric wall. Do you have it at your studio there?
No.
Okay.
I moved it all
And
up.
we will use that image for the thumbnail so people can see what you're talking about, because it is so pretty to just see it all stacked up.
So I spent days and days. This was one of my COVID projects, wrapping fabric around the boards. And it is a much more efficient use of space. And I stand them up on the shelf like books, and it makes fabric pulls so easy. So
yeah, and it's pretty.
It is pretty. So in my studio, I have it set up by color. So like rainbow order, basically. And then I have a section for Halloween prints, a section for Christmas. And then I do have like one section for collections.
Right. Where you've purchased it together. Yeah.
Right. So that doesn't look quite as pretty because it's not like in the nice ombre order, but the rest of my stash is. And it just makes it, like I said, really easy to do a fabric pull. And the way I do it, if I have a yard or more of the fabric, I wrap it around the full board. If I have between a half a yard and a yard, I cut the board in half lengthwise. So I have the tall skinny strip, and I wrap the half yards around those. So then I know just by looking at them, I know I have at least a full yard of the ones on the full size boards.
Right.
And I have less than a yard on the other one. So it just also helps with fabric pulls for how much, if you need between a half yard and a fabric.
Another really nice thing about storing it that way is there's very little of the fabric exposed to the environment. You've got the one edge and the top, but everything else is encased inside the wrap. Right. And so, you know, if you do happen to be one of those people that have a room where sunlight comes in, and you can't get rid of the sunlight. I live in Arizona. We're trying to get rid of sunlight. You know, you're not exposing the entire fabric, just an edge of it. So, yeah. And so for the magazine boards, where do you get them from for people?
If you have a comic book store or like a card collector store or things like that in your area, you can go there and buy them. I order them in bulk off of Amazon.
Okay. Right. But it's, you know, depending on how you want to do it, they are available at a couple of locations. And but yeah, I've seen that there was a company that came out years ago and they had like styrene boards. They were very nice, but they were also very, very expensive. So this is a much, because I don't think people realize how many pieces of fabric are in a stash. So I've
kind of like used it almost as a self-limiting thing as well. Because I like won't buy any more magazine boards. So that means I can't buy any more fabric to put on them until I use some
that's
and
on
empty
there.
some of the boards. So that's also
not everybody has to follow that rule.
No, that's my rule for myself. And I don't always follow it. That's also kind of my rule with the project bins. I have a certain amount of project bins. That's how many projects I have. And I have to finish a project before I can start another one.
Right. So, and those are a lot harder to store. A little piece of fabric can get shoved in there a little easier than it. But I'm the same way. I only have so many spaces.
Right.
You know, I do have a couple that have been hanging around for quite a few years. And I'm like, someday I'm going to make that. And then like 5 years go by and I look at it, I'm like, yeah, no. And then I get rid of it.
Well, sometimes we're not ready to get rid of something, but that's the, those are the magazine boards.
Okay. So what do you do with smaller cuts?
So smaller cuts, like fat quarters, I have bought some CD shelves.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Compact discs. They're, you know, you fold them. They're about the same size as a CD case. And they're shallower shelves, so they don't take up as much room in the room. They still take up wall space, but they don't take up as much room. And I store my fat quarters on those shelves.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So again, when I look there, I know that's a fat quarter.
Right.
I know exactly how much fabric it is. And it makes it really easy for fabric pulls also.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I used to have the habit of like I cut a piece off of a fat quarter and then refold the fat corner and shove it back in. I'm assuming by the look on your face, you do not do that. Once it's been
No.
cut, it goes somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So those go in my scrap bins that are sorted by color.
Right. Right. And if you
So
come to the lodge, you'll see them because you have some down in the
I do.
studio or in the, yeah, I guess it's the studio, the classroom area.
Yep.
So people can add or subtract as needed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I love to tell the story. I have a good friend, Dawn. She claims this isn't true, but I think it's true. She made me an entire quilt out of scraps from the scrap bin, and it is gorgeous.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, she
I
has
bet.
just
And
such
then
a
you
wonderful
have
eye for
you have
scrap.
another lady who comes who when because she comes to my retreat, she
Yeah.
organizes it for
She
you.
does. She does.
Yeah.
So like get done with the project, and then she'll be like, all right, I need to,
Yep.
calm down or
Yeah.
relax for a little
Yeah.
bit. So she'll go through my scrap bin and iron all the pieces and fold them and
Oh, I thought she just sorted them. Oh my
no,
gosh.
she irons them too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
wow.
amazing. So
Yeah.
Jane, she will also come a day early for the
Is it
retreat.
Jan or Jane? Do I have the name wrong? It's Jane. I'm wrong.
Jane. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jane.
Sorry, Jane.
But she will come the day before and spend the evening reorganizing the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Because at the retreat, you have
Mhm.
up to 16 ladies every weekend
Mhm.
putting things away where they think it goes.
Right.
And a lot of times the people who cook are not the same as the people who clean up and put away.
Right.
So like the kitchen can get quite jumbled.
Yeah.
So she comes and spends a few hours putting it all back where it's supposed to be. So
Well, she has come to most of my retreats, if not all.
mhm.
And so I just always assumed your kitchen was organized.
No, she does it.
Thank you. So,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
she's good to me. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
There's some amazing people there. I am so lucky too that I've gotten to come now several times and get to know people and stuff.
It's
So
a good time. It's a good time. We attract good people. So
all cookers are good people.
yeah.
Okay, so I love that you and I do this because we both go on tangents, and now we'll circle right back. So the next one on the list is
Folders or albums on your phone for your pictures. So I have an album for quilts that I have done.
Mhm.
I have an album for quilts that I want to do.
Oh, okay, good idea. Yeah.
So a picture of a pattern or
Mhm.
I did not ever get into Pinterest because I knew if I spent too much time, I would pick so many more projects than I would ever do.
Yeah.
But any pictures of any inspiration go in the quilts I want to make
Right.
folder.
Right.
I have a quilts that other people have made. So if you've listened to the podcast at all or know me at all, I'm very good at getting people to give me quilts.
Point
Behind me, yeah. So the pictures of those quilts are in that folder.
Right.
So I try to divide up so that when I want to show somebody, hey, I've just done this quilt, I can just go to that album
and show it to them
and show it instead of scrolling through the 10 million pictures that I have on my phone that are all jumbled.
Which occurs on my phone because I've never organized them. And I have so many I do blog posts. So I'll have like 30 pictures of how to do a project. And then we go into vacation and then we go into so I've never organized that.
Yeah. So I don't do it as religiously as I should, but I do take time like when I'm sitting in the airport waiting for my flight or on the flight or other downtime like that where I just have just a few minutes. I can scroll through my pictures and say, oh, that needs to go in an album, that needs to go in an album. But I would really love if the iPhone albums, the photo albums, would move the picture out of your camera roll when you put it in an album.
Okay, so it's in both
That'd be
locations, so
nice.
then it makes you nuts. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it can be a little confusing.
Are
But,
you listening, Apple? We need this done.
Yeah. For your next software update.
Yeah. Quick. Hurry.
Yeah. Let me keep the pictures, but take them out of the camera roll.
Right.
So that's really helpful to me to just have those different things, and just start right now as you're taking the pictures, and take a couple minutes when you take the picture to put it in the correct album. You don't have to go back through the last 20 years of pictures, but if you start now, going forward, you'll have that set up. So that's a helpful thing. And then my last one is a travel bag for notions. So I have a lot of people coming to the lodge, coming to retreats. I used to go take a lot of classes. I'm now starting to teach some classes, so I have to have my travel bag with my basic sewing supplies in it. So a decent rotary cutter, a decent scissors, pins or clips, both, a marking pen, seam ripper, extra needles, any kind of like extra ruler that you want to take along. Get a Notion bag together of things that you use frequently and leave it all in there. So get duplicates of the things that you use frequently, so that when you go to class, you just take that Notion bag and you're not going through your sewing room trying to find ripper or,
because you're going to forget something. So
right. Yeah. So then when you forget it at a class, when you buy the replacement at the class,
you have to
put it in your travel bag.
Well, I always call that my quilting go bag.
Yes.
And I do have an earlier YouTube video about what's in the bag, but maybe as a podcast, we should each grab our bag and go through what we have in it.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, because maybe we could do that in one of the next two podcasts, because I know from 25 years of traveling, I've got stuff in there that I don't think about, but has come in super handy.
Yeah.
You know, but I've also gotten to be known at the camps I go to. They're like, oh, Heidi has it. Because I have the weirdest crap in my bag. But yeah, we could do that and just kind of give you guys an idea. But yeah, and the rule of this bag is you do not take anything out and use it in your actual sewing room at home.
Nope.
You leave everything in the bag, because if you take it out, you're going to forget to put it back, and then you're going to be sunk when you think you have it. So, because I always say, oh, I'm going to go through the bag before we leave, just make sure I've got everything. And if it's a retreat for me, I never do it. Like if it's a class, I'm the teacher.
Right. Yeah.
I will be responsible for the class, but not for myself. So,
right. It's amazing what you'll do for other people.
Yeah.
But so the Common Thread in Dahlonega has started a Tuesday UFO sew. So every Tuesday you can go bring your UFO projects there, your unfinished, your works in progress, and go sew there. I used to do this every Friday at a shop nearby. Sadly, the shop has since closed. But I had my go bag that I never even brought in from the car.
Oh, wow.
Like I knew I was going every Friday, and I might go like on a Wednesday and take a class or whatever. I actually bought a travel sewing machine and the duplicates, and I left it in the car.
So you always, because if you're going to be doing this all the time, you don't, probably you guys are okay. In Arizona, I made the mistake of leaving a sewing machine in the car overnight in the heat of summer. It never turned on again. I know we ended up getting it fixed, but he said that some of the wires melted. That's how hot it gets in a car in Arizona.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I did not buy a fancy travel machine. It was not like one with all the electronics and everything.
You don't need that for
No.
classes most of the time.
So I bought an okay machine and left it. So, but yeah,
But no,
that has been a huge time saver and frustration saver to have it all together.
Well, and you and I both travel a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've done the same I assume you did too, but I have the same thing with my toiletries and,
Mhm.
you know, my backpack for travel. I have a backpack for travel and it's always like partially already packed.
Right.
Because when you go to pack for anything, it's stressful. Even
Yeah.
if you do it all the time, you're just like, did I pack everything? You know, I don't know. Every time I go on a trip, I think the night before I lay in bed for at least 10 minutes running through everything. Did I get this? Did I get that? And then the next morning I'm shoving more crap in the bag. I always forget something. So I am, as I'm getting older, trying to do better about
getting those systems.
Right. And being smarter about how you pack. And when you have to go on a creative retreat of any kind, there's so many other things you just don't think about.
Yeah.
So the true test is if you teach on a cruise, because there are no quilt shops in the middle of the ocean. So you need to make sure you have everything. I just had a couple others to just sort of throw in. Again, I probably have more after I organize my studio. But I found these, and now I was going to make a weird noise from it. I found these the drawers, and the top of the drawer sticks under a table, and it sticks with adhesive. I got these from Amazon. So now my cutting table has all these little drawers in the front, and you can see like there's my rotary cutters, and then I've got one with pens, and there you get them like I think there were 2 for $25. They're just attachable drawers that you can stick under tables. So I have them on my cutting table, and then I also okay, that's not going back in right now. I have to sew standing up because of a back issue, but even if you sit down and sew, I highly recommend a sit stand desk, because sometimes, like if you are doing something really quick, like say you're doing paper piecing, you're doing something you got to quickly sew, and then you're doing something. If you can do it at a higher table and stand, you go faster, and it's a little better for your back. Or if I'm quilting or doing a binding, I need to bring it down and sit down and do it. So with the sit stand desk, you have a lot more options on your position, and you can actually find the exact proper position for your body, because a sewing machine cabinet and a chair are kind of stagnant, and we're not all built the same. So with the sit stand desk, you have a lot more adjustability, and they tend to be small enough. They're big enough to hold one of those big monster machines, but they're not as big as those cabinets. And then I put the little sticky drawers underneath the sit stand desk. I've got drawers. So so I really, really like that. And then the last one's like a weird one. I don't even know where I saw this, but I like to share it with people. I found an eyeglass case at Goodwill, and you make that your hand sewing box. So you find these little eyeglass cases, they're like $1, and you can fill them up with your hand sewing notions. If you do your binding, or if you're into hand sewing, you have all your little stuff in there, and nothing gets crushed. Everything fits in there, and there you go. You have a
nice.
That's a good. She was supposed to go to daycare today. So like I said, once I get my studio a little cleaner, I do all kinds of weird little things to keep things organized. But I also have organizitis, which means I organize myself to the 9th degree, and then I can't remember where anything is. So my last one is a good label maker. Label everything. Just label it all. It all peels off. It's not hard. And I even have I have little drawers under my computer monitor labeled, so that if I'm not in town and Matthew, my husband, has to go find something, I'm like, just go find the labels. You can find the office supplies or whatever. It's all labeled so they can find stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's helpful. You have other people in your studio with you, and it's nice. You have to have it labeled so they know where it goes back as well.
Right. But me today and me next Tuesday, I am another person. Next Tuesday is not going to remember where this Tuesday's Heidi put that. So yeah, I do label.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I do label excessively. I think I have a labeling issue, but I also tend to lose things.
Yeah.
I get so organized, I can't remember where I put anything.
Yeah, that could be a problem. That
So,
could be a problem.
Well, I think those are all really, really good ideas. We have not been asking you guys to leave comments for the last couple podcasts. So here's an opportunity. Leave a comment, share a tip on how you organize your studio. And then all of you other people who are listening, go read those comments. You learn those things and then add yours to it. So,
Yes.
we can start a conversation in the comment section on this. And today is Tuesday. I just got back, so I keep thinking it's the weekend.
Yeah.